Welcome. So, I was requested by many individuals who heard my original story about how I dealt with several concussions in my younger life, and so I thought I'd just do a kind of a follow-up video on this, as taken quite a beating with a car accident in my younger life experiences, which I had MRIs backing up the brain damage that was concluded, which, yes, it's known as a loose cannon after this point, and a wild child with many anger issues due to this. There were reasons that this occurred. However, I was clearly, as they say, dumb as a box of rocks. As I, researched, however, with just a little bit of attention that I could, handle, having ADHD, bipolar, and certain other ailments and medications, at that time after this accident, I was very lucky to come across some amazing information of our time about monatomic gold, Orme, ormus, other things like this. I had tried many different variations. I do talk exclusively on that in this first part, which you can click. I'll put a link below on the first story. After about 30 days, however, consistent consumption, my intelligence ratios went up drastically, so much so I had taken an IQ test. I won't publicly express it here, as that's not the point. I would be digressing. I posted it online before, in the past, on my website. I'm not here to brag about such things, as it is subjective. The point I wanted to make is how gold, taken long-term, can increase your brain activity. I'm not just saying that as an accidental case, but also there's a plethora of information backing this up. So yeah, it's been 12 years or so, yeah, taking gold nanoparticle liquid gold substances. And after learning how to make it myself properly from master royal alchemists of our time, who have always, it was aided by royal elites in their health, which a lot of this information is esoteric, hidden in allegories and symbolism and artwork. There's very few books or manuscripts you can even find to doing it properly, as it's not made just public and published novels and books like this. But the reason they did this was to keep them and their family youthful and young, ultimately forever, as it did. The liquid gold, it's actually kind of a first thing of its kind, as it kept people youthful due to the fact that your DNA becomes, actually, when consumed through your mouth, you could put it in your skin, or just mainly through the bloodstream, is the fact. You're making yourself not only a superconductor, but the ultimate superconductor that we've ever found with this exotic precious metal, which is the gold, which has been absorbed in the very smallest possible form, right? So the liquid gold actually is the first of its kind, as no one thus far has discovered how to create the different velocity spectrums of light through bending them without destroying and making it an actual, using medical grade gold particles to stay together into a pure distilled form of water. But we do, actually. This is the first time in history, in fact, well, since the Egyptian in the 33rd dynasties, we could say the 13th dynasty, with Thothmosis III. So there's going to be more information on that. I'm digressing, but we're going to have tons of information on that as well. Regardless, so I want to simply conclude that, in ending this, in closing, as short as I can, that I used to have severe depression, anxiety, ADHD. I was even suicidal. I realized I'd relied on drugs and self-medicating in order to cope. After this phase of taking real liquid gold that was edible, I forgot even durationally that I even smoked cigarettes, did drugs, or even had mental distractions. My health and my wellness, and even craving for alkaline foods such as salads and fruits and vegetables, increased. And this is when I found other superfoods such as moringa, soursop, graviola, and applied to my lifestyle. In fact, correcting my scars from the damage that was done when I was younger, taking blows to the head, getting hit by a car, car accident events in my life where I thought I would never be normal again. In fact, now my mental capacity, in fact, is enhanced even further than I was before. Yes, I feel liquid gold absolutely increases one's so-called IQ, or spiritual mental stimulation, to all nerve receptors. And it does so by replicating one's RNA, which manifests into one's DNA. In fact, making actually you become one with the gold, which doesn't tarnish. Keep in mind, gold does not tarnish, and it is an active light being, which moves as a superconductor and somehow is correcting the damaged cells in the cell membrane and through the mitochondrial development, as well gold tinting fresh new blood cells from the bone marrow, the actual source of manufacturing such things. Truly remarkable, an anomaly, and with no more science coming out, with actually way more science coming out, I will pretty much end here. There's going to be further science that I will present, make public for those who are interested. Basically, thank you for listening. But yeah, I will end here before I indulge further on the topic. Thanks for listening. By the way, I went from being dumb as a box of rocks to getting involved and accepted into Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, doing creative education videos online, which got me noticed by Harvard Dean, yes, in which I was accepted to attend Harvard. Today I'm a Harvard researcher, plant-based nutritionist from Cornell University. So thank you for listening. I'm Eric Plott. Kindest regards. Take care.